Okay, now I will go through chapter 5 for us and talk about some of those chapter 4, 5 FRQ hints there. Okay, so states of consciousness was our chapter 5, our latest chapter. The different states of consciousness you definitely need to make sure you're aware of are sleep, hypnosis, meditation. I briefly talked about biofeedback, so do read that. I think there's a small green section about that. And then drugs, which is one of the largest sections there. So, when we are awake, we know we are in a state of consciousness. You know, we're alive, we're alert, we're aware of our surroundings. Sleep, then, is a huge chunk. We spent a lot of time on this, the different sleep theories and everything. Everything kind of revolves around our biological rhythms. We have annual cycles, 28-day cycles, 24-hour cycles, which is our circadian rhythm, and then 90-minute cycles as well, which cycles through all of our different sleep stages. Circadian rhythm, it's our biological clock. Our body temperature and our awareness changes throughout the day. It goes up in the morning, temperature-wise, and dips in the afternoon into the evening. It's best to take a test or study during your circadian peaks. Okay. Do be aware that it's the pineal gland that produces melatonin, and that pineal gland is activated by the bright light coming into your retinas. It's triggering those cells, and the pineal gland is going to produce melatonin. It's going to decrease with more light, so that's why we wake up in the morning, because we don't have melatonin. Okay, definitely know the stages of sleep. We have 5 stages of sleep. We have stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are called NREM sleep, and then stage 5 is called NREM sleep. So, stage 1 is experience when we're falling asleep. This consists mostly of theta waves, then you have brief periods of alpha waves similar to those present when we're awake. This is also when those hypnagogic sensations, the hallucinations, and the fear of the feel like you're falling occurs here as well. Know your waves for the test, please. Please know your waves. So stage 2 obviously follows stage 1. This is like the baseline of sleep. This takes up about 45 to 60% of our sleep during a night. Sleep spindles occur here. Those are those really kind of small clusters of traumatic brain waves that are happening. Again, those brain waves are measured by an EEG. So right here we have our stages. That is also in your packet, also in the PowerPoint slide that you had for class. These are those sleep spindles right there, where they're kind of clustered very close together. Stage 3 and 4 is the kind of sleep that our body is yearning for, that our body wants, okay? It usually lasts between 15 or 30 minutes in our sleep cycle. It's called slow wave sleep because our brain activity is slowing down and really restoring there. That has the delta waves that we want so badly. This is really the deepest stage of sleep, and it's helping us most restorative. It's what our body wants. REM sleep then is rapid eye movement, because your eyes, as your eyelids are closed, so your eyes are moving very rapidly. Your central nervous system is very active, but your muscles are almost like you're paralyzed. You're not moving. So definitely know the reasons why we need sleep. Number 1 we looked at is kind of for protection. You know, back in the caveman days, if we went outside, they could get killed if it was dark out, so they went inside and slept. Also, sleep helps us recuperate and restore the breakdown of our body. Sleep disorders we want to be aware of. Insomnia. Obviously, there are other reasons for sleep. I'll get back to that in a second, I do believe. So sleep disorder-wise, we have insomnia, problems falling asleep, staying asleep. Again, this isn't if you stay up the night before a test and stay up early. It's you cannot sleep throughout the night on a regular basis. Sleepwalking is also called somnambulism, just a fancy name for sleepwalking. Night terrors. This is you have high arousal and appearance of being terrified. You're not having nightmares necessarily, but your nervous system is very active during this stage. Sleep apnea. These people sometimes wear that breathing mask because they stop sleeping in the middle of the night, which is obviously not healthy if you're going to stop breathing. Obesity certainly puts you at a risk for sleep apnea. Narcolepsy is just uncontrollable sleep attacks. You lapse in a REM sleep. And you can't wake up right away. Dreams. Dreams definitely know the difference between manifest content and latent content. Manifest content is the remembered storyline of the dream. The latent content is the underlying meaning. Also remember that that is Freud came up with this idea. Okay. Freud's wish fulfillment theory, it basically just says that dreams are our key to understanding inner conflicts, and it kind of releases everything that's in our unconscious that we're not aware of. Information processing theory about dreams just says that our dreams act to sort out and understand the memories and experiences that occur that day. I personally believe this one kind of the most. Physiological function theories, the first one that's not mentioned on the slide is that it kind of preserves neural pathways, that while we're sleeping our brain still wants to be active and make sure our brain is healthy. So it's preserving those neural pathways, that's why they occur, so we keep kind of thinking throughout the night. Also the activation synthesis theory that says during the night our brain stem is going to release random neural activity, and dreams may just be trying to make sense of that random neural activity that's coming from your brain stem to the rest of your brain. REM rebound is the idea that if you are being deprived of sleep, you're most likely going to have this REM stage increase in sleep the next time you actually sleep. Drugs. No drug tolerance is just you're having a diminishing effect with a regular dose of the same drug. So I think the easiest one to think of is alcohol. People who drink alcohol on a regular basis, maybe they had one shot and that made them drunk the first time, but now they need 25 shots to get them drunk because they've kept upping that dosage. Another difference between psychological and physical dependence. For example, someone might think they might have a psychological dependence on coffee. Like they feel like it's part of the routine. They come in every morning, have a cup of coffee. Where physical dependence would be if you stop drinking coffee, didn't have that caffeine, you might get tremors or headaches and things like that. Withdrawal, that's showing that you're physically dependent. You might feel physical pain and intense cravings. If you've ever watched the show Intervention, it shows that a lot. That's why nurses travel with them to the facilities. Psychoactive drugs. Know that depressants are going to slow down body functions. They depress those functions. Stimulants stimulate you. They arouse body functions, right? And hallucinogens, those are going to distort perceptions. Or you might get sensation without sensory input. If I was on a hallucinogen, I might think someone's touching me, even if there was no sensory information coming into my arm. So depressants, they slow down the sympathetic nervous system. They're disrupting the memory process. And interestingly enough, some kind of use of alcohol is involved in up to 60% of all crimes. That's a lot, obviously. Depressants, we have this category of barbiturates, nembatol, seconol, and amytal. We also have tranquilizers. They are taken to sleep, but they do reduce REM sleep. So if someone was drinking a lot of alcohol or having any of these other depressants, it's going to reduce REM sleep. Some other depressants, we have some opiates like heroin and morphine. The addiction comes very, very, very fast, and the withdrawal symptoms are very, very, very bad. And the brain over time, your brain might stop naturally producing some of these, the endorphins that we need because it's gotten used to the heroin and morphine kind of doing the work for you. It'll stop producing that neurotransmitter. So you can have long-term lasting effects as well. Okay, some stimulants like amphetamines, speed, they can enhance sports performance like your endurance and things like that. Another stimulant is also cocaine. Other hallucinogens, LSD, also called acid, it can cause PTSD and schizophrenia. They've actually found a big link of people who use drugs like LSD may develop schizophrenia, may have that trigger kind of turned on, and they may develop schizophrenia. Okay. Marijuana, also known as THC, be aware of that. That's also a hallucinogen. Okay, FRQ tip-wise, so all FRQs from here on out will be cumulative, so you will have information from other chapters. I know it says you'll have all period, so you will technically, right, so you can either take the FRQ in class tomorrow is Tuesday, you can either take the FRQ in class, or You can take it sometime online. You need to block out a 45-minute timed period. The FRQ will open up on Schoology at 3 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, and then it'll close. It will not accept any more submissions on Wednesday at midnight. If you do not take the FRQ, you will get a 0. So you need to make sure you either take it in class tomorrow or complete it online. It is timed. Once you click start, your 45-minute timer starts, and you need to type in the box your FRQ, okay? Please, please, please make sure you have the time, make sure you have good internet connection, all that stuff. Make sure you read the directions very carefully. I wrote a number of directions on that. All required components aren't just listed in the normal bullet point style that we've seen. But what I would recommend you do is you brush up on experimental design, which is chapter 2, identifying the independent variable, dependent variable, what is an operational definition, know what a hypothesis is, etc. Also, you want to make sure you brush up on brain tests from chapter 3. They'll make an appearance in this FRQ. And also be aware of all states of consciousness, okay? If you have any questions, please, please, please let me know. Otherwise, the FRQ, it's due by midnight on Wednesday. Period 7, you're taking your multiple choice on Friday. Period 2, you're taking your multiple choice exam on Monday.